All right, so this is why I love comments like this, because people don't look at a lot of the stats and they just assume because they don't look at it that this guy isn't one of the top tight ends this Atlanta Falcons franchise has ever had. He's headed to break up. Well, get very least. I think he's fourth overall in the Atlanta Falcons history with receiving yards with a tight end. All right. He already holds the Falcons record for the most yards for a rookie. Okay, he holds that record for the Atlanta Falcons, was 1,026 yards. Okay, behind Jim Mitchell, who has 4,300, Algie Crumpler has 4,200, and Tony Gonzalez 4,100 yards. And then you got Kyle Pitts, who holds the record for the most receiving yards in a single season by a Falcon tight end. And the thing is, it's like, this is about appreciating what Kyle Pitts is. You don't have to like it. Okay? You don't have to like it. You got Kyle Pitts that is going to surpass, if he continues to stay healthy, he's going to surpass quite a few people. It really depends on if he gets that next contract. I don't think the next contract he can get close to guys like Algie Crumpler. In this particular instance, Tony Gonzalez, Jim Mitchell, all these guys. Austin Hooper is another one of those guys he can surpass, if not already. You just look at his numbers. As a matter of fact, he already has passed Austin Hooper, who has 2,500 yards receiving for the Atlanta Falcons. So you look at what Kyle Pitts can be. All right, if he gets about 500 yards, he will surpass, and he'll be about. I think he'll be. He'll be fourth for sure. So he had about 3,000 yards receiving in his career in 5 years. So if he gets that second contract and he continues to play for the Atlanta Falcons, you're talking about a guy that can easily be the number one tight end in Atlanta Falcons history. So a lot of people, they want to, just keep this guy down at the end of the day. They believe he's trash, but you just look at what he's already done. He's already the number one tight end in Atlanta Falcons history with receiving yards. He holds that record. So you can say what you want about Kyle Pitts, and he's this, he's that. But a guy that holds a record, a franchise record, and damn near NFL record can't be trash. You may not like it. You may not appreciate what he is as a player, and that's totally fine. But when you talk about where he is, he's fourth all time. Okay, fourth all time in receiving yards for the Atlanta Falcons. So he continues to do it, he'll be fine. But we got to ease up on, the expectations when it comes down to Kyle Pitts. And like I said, you don't have to like him, but when we go out and say this dude is trash, when we literally got guys, Austin Hooper, not on the same level as a Kyle Pitts, got a big contract, never lived up to it. And then you got Kyle Pitts that already has a franchise record and could easily be one of those guys that, that end up being, for the Falcons with a second contract. And then, he get a couple years where he have, a good 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards or so. A good 2,000 yards receiving, which is doable, especially with a guy like Kyle Pitts and, having a quarterback like Michael Penix at hand. It is doable. So you're talking about a guy that could literally break the records for the Atlanta Falcons with the most receiving yards. Okay? He already holds the record for tight end. The most yards for a tight end in franchise history. He already holds that. So again, Kyle Pitts is not as bad as people make it to be, but he still has a way to go. So you can laugh all you want to, but there's only a handful of guys, 3 guys, that are in front of Kyle Pitts as of right now, and most of those guys played 8+ years or so. He's already halfway to breaking that record. So I would employ a lot of Falcon fans to put some respect on this guy's name. It's just simply do your homework. And that's the bottom line, because Mad Mike said so.